We're going to take the Screaming Yellow Terminator and the Competition Orange Terminator and go to a car meet. It's been a long time since we've had these two cars out together. So this is a car meet that was happening every first Saturday of the month, and it's in the evening. Around here there's a lot of car shows, but they're in the mornings. So this is kind of nice to have one in the evening. It's a little easier for people to get to, and I wanted to bring my beautiful Competition Orange Cobra. My brother wanted to bring his Screaming Yellow Cobra, and we wanted to get the cars together and get them out. Usually I have my red Cobra, so we don't really have the two of these together, just because I've been building my red Cobra and driving it more, blower swapped it, been doing a lot more with it, and my stock orange Cobra here just stays in the garage a lot and gets driven around the neighborhood once in a while. But this is a pretty cool car show. Here's a nice 392 Charger that was on the dyno earlier today at another car show. Here's a nice red 2015 Challenger Hellcat. I actually looked to buy one of these that was B5 blue. You can see the block down there is red. I believe it's red or orange. I think it's orange. And I think it's yellow for a Demon 170 to signify the E85. There's the inlet for the headlight. But anyway, these superchargers have had issues on them before. The one I looked at, I turned away from. It only had 5,000 miles on it, but I had heard that after 10,000 miles they can have bearing issues. It's not guaranteed, but I had heard the horror stories where people found them on car lots with 10,000 miles on it, and you start it up and it had bearing noise. And so, the first year of anything is kind of a difficult one to buy, so that steered me away from it, and I bought my Terminator Cobra. This is my friend's black Roush Stage 3 supercharged 3-valve Mustang. It was a really nice car. We'll look at it a little bit closer here in a minute. So my brother really likes coming to this place and parking in this spot throughout the week. And so when I told him there'd be a car meet here, he was very excited. And so that's one of the reasons we made an effort to make it to this car show. I've been here the last few times they've had it, and it's always been a pretty good turnout. Here comes my friend's nice 66 Mustang. So we have a Firebird here. We'll take a look at something cool about it here in a minute. There's my friend Celine, very nice car. And then this is the Roush again. Now he was telling me that he was trying to get brakes for this car, and he couldn't believe how hard it was to find 14-inch rotors, which were specific to this car. He called Roush, they told him they're discontinued, and he said he had a hard time finding a set. So I don't know if there's somewhere easier to find them, but he said that you wouldn't believe how hard that was. This Firebird was pretty cool. It has the bird with the keyhole in the back. And then on the side here, it has the marker light or turn signal with the bird that lights up red. So I thought that was pretty cool. Here's the American flag shining on my Terminator Cobra. And back here, just getting some more shots of the Cobras together. And it was really fun to get these out and, you know, park them together in the shade and have a good spot and be able to talk and hang out with friends. We have a friend coming who has a Red Fire Terminator Cobra, and you'll see it here and hear it. It has cams and a rebuilt engine and a Gen 5 3-liter Whipple supercharger on it. So we got some attention with the cars, a couple people out there taking pictures of them and having a good time.
It also has 2 rotors, but these ones actually turn in opposite. Rather than turning together, they're opposite. And they push the air against the wing. He's behind you too. He'll have it for you. You want to put it back here? I need to wrap a car and have a little Acura that I put new body panels on. So it's 2 different colors.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah.
Well, there's, it is one, but yeah, you can. It's like, well, I have guys that
When there's 3 events in a day. Yeah.
So this car's been on my channel before. It had 70-something thousand miles on it. We did a compression test. The back 2 cylinders on the driver's side were a little low, but still okay. And he ended up just rebuilding the engine and doing cams and stuff to it. And he's been through a lot. But he's really put a lot of money and effort into the car, and he's won a couple awards with it at car shows, so that's pretty cool. So it was fun to be able to get the Cobras together and have one of our friends meet up with us. There's about 7 or 8 more Terminators in the area. They don't all come out, but we do see them now and again, so it'd be fun to get them all together sometime, and we talked about doing that. And you know, it's just always hard to get everyone's schedule to line up, and some people don't like getting up on Saturday morning, which is what I usually do with my brother. Some people can't make it if they work or whatever, so you know, it all just depends. But it was really cool to get these cars together, have a good time with the Cobras. Usually people around here don't know what these cars are and they don't really appreciate them, but there were a couple people who liked them, and one of them actually said to my friend with the Red Fire Cobra that he's watched my brother's YouTube channel or my YouTube channel or both of them or something. But the guy was from North Carolina, I believe, said he had a Ford GT, a Terminator, a GT350, a Mach 1. He had quite a few neat cars. And so that was cool. Now, sadly, there was a kid walking around with an iPad taking pictures, and he stood right where my brother is sitting on the curb there, and he fell off the curb when he was trying to take a selfie next to my car. That was really sad. He was crying, and his parents had to come get him. And there's sharp lava rock down there below, so it was really sad to see that happen. But anyway, it was a good show. So when you go to the show, they give you a coupon for 15% off your dinner if you want to go in and eat. So my brother and my nephew and I went in, and we had a nice dinner together, and then we went outside and talked with some friends and my friend's parents who have that Red Fire Cobra. Parents actually had a zinc yellow O2 GT just like mine. Said it had a misfire or a problem, so they took it back to the dealer and they just gave him a Red Fire one in its place and said just take the other one, it's in better shape, lower miles for the same price. And he said he was racing somebody with it on State Street up in Salt Lake City, and he was racing a 99 Cobra, and he kept beating the 99 Cobra, and the guy couldn't believe it. And when I think back to that, I'm actually assuming that that's probably an early time, and it might have been when they were figuring out all the power issues with the 99 Cobras. So it's very possible that he was actually beating the 99 Cobra with it. We kind of looked at him like, yeah, right. But then again, I mean, it could be a driver's race. Maybe the guy with the Cobra couldn't drive. But I'm thinking, well, maybe that's true. Maybe the car was down on power and it was heavier, and maybe it was a convertible and stuff, and he kept getting beat by a GT. And so he said that at every stoplight, they'd do it again, and the guy with the Cobra was like, this should be faster than this. I don't know why you keep beating me. But kind of a cool story, and, his parents had owned that GT way back when, so kind of cool. Something else that was interesting about that story was the parents had the Redfire GT, just like their son's Redfire Terminator right now. And at one time the car got damaged or wrecked, and they had to replace the front bumper. So the wife picked out a Terminator front bumper for it. So my friend actually had a picture way back when of that GT that was Redfire with the Terminator bumper on it in their driveway. So it looked a lot like this Terminator does now. And so he's always remembered that. Kind of a cool story. So it's kind of cool that the family has some Mustang history like that.
I probably have an outlet back there. That one doesn't separate the case from the ball. I love that about love. Oh, yeah. T56s. Oh, man.
Well, that was a fun day, and it was really nice to enjoy these cars together. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.